Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Team Sherwood amazed by Granit Xhaka's transformation at Arsenal. Team Sherwood has told TalkSport that Granit Xhaka has to go in his Premier League team of the season so far, suggesting that the Arsenal midfielder has been brilliant. Xhaka has been one of the surprises of the campaign. Of course, Arsenal are absolutely flying right now, and Mikel Arteta's men find themselves 5 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the table. They have been superb all over the pitch. The Gunners boast the joint best defensive record with just 11 goals conceded. Meanwhile, 9 different players have scored more than once. But perhaps the biggest revelation of the lot has been Xhaka. Obviously, the Swiss appeared to be on the brink of never playing for the club again a couple of years ago, and the journey back was hardly a swift one, but everything seems to have clicked for Xhaka. He has been outstanding in a midfield three alongside Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard, and that prompted Sherwood to name the 30-year-old in his Premier League team of the season. Sherwood went on to say, "I am going for Granit Xhaka. The turnaround of his character and his performances, I put him in holding midfield, but it's probably wrong because that is probably where he's not very reliable. He is being brilliant going further forward like he does for Switzerland. I have got to have him in because of the transformation of where he was and where he is come back to." Obviously, formations do not mean a great deal in combined starting 11s, but you do see pundits try to give their teams some kind of balance when they pick the sides. So it says a huge amount that Sherwood simply had to get Xhaka in to acknowledge his form, even if he is not picked in his best role. But he absolutely deserves the pick, and if he maintains this form for the rest of the season, Arsenal are most definitely going to be in the mix for the title come the business end. Rio Ferdinand seriously impressed with how Martin Odegaard is now playing. Rio Ferdinand has told his YouTube channel that he was delighted to see Martin Odegaard be the match winner for Arsenal in their latest Premier League victory against Wolves at the weekend, insisting that he is delivering for the Gunners right now. Mikel Arteta's men will remain the pace setters in the Premier League beyond Christmas. Arsenal moved 5 points clear on Saturday, capitalizing on Manchester City's defeat earlier in the day. Wolves may have been bottom of the table, but the Gunners would have been under no illusions how difficult a trip to Molineux would be. Ultimately, Arsenal did get the 3 points, but they had to be extremely patient with both of their goals coming in the second half. And it was Odegaard who backed a brace to secure the 3 points. He showed the most desire to get on the end of Fabio Vieira's cross shortly after the break, and he calmly smashed home Arsenal's second late on to settle any nerves. Odegaard has been brilliant for much of the campaign, and Ferdinand suggested that he was very happy to see the 23-year-old make the difference at Molineux. Ferdinand went on to say, "I was pleased as anyone to see Odegaard be the man to step up and have that moment. His ability, one thing you can't question with this kid, he's been a child superstar. We have known about him since he was probably 13, 14 years old. He is delivering right now as captain of Arsenal Football Club." Arsenal continue to pass every test put in front of them. For much of the season, many have been waiting for the Gunners' bubble to burst, but it simply has not happened. Arsenal are clearing all of the hurdles in front of them right now, and so many of their players are stepping up in a big way. Arsenal loanee misses out on a place at the World Cup following injury. Omar Rekik has been a regular for Tunisia in recent years, but the Arsenal loanee has missed out on a place in their final World Cup squad. The defender had been on loan with Dutch side Sparta Rotterdam since the beginning of the season, but had featured very little for their side, picking up for late substitute appearances before succumbing to injury. Rekik did not return to their bench in time for their final league match, however, but after remaining an unused option, he has now been overlooked by Tunisia also. The centre-back could well be set to return to North London after such little minutes so far. Also, his injury certainly won't have helped his chances. It will be interesting to see how our club thinks of his time in Rotterdam thus far, however, while the player himself may also be disgruntled after losing his place in his country's squad after featuring relatively regularly in the run-up to the tournament. Omar is believed to be an impressive youth player, and he deserves more opportunities than he has been getting thus far. The fact that he is versatile and able to play in various roles should also help his bid for playing time, but after going from one of our better under 21 players to next to no football can't have been our intentions when agreeing to send him out on loan. Arsenal could face competition from Barcelona in the race of Youri Tielemans. Barcelona are claimed to be considering a move to sign Youri Tielemans from Leicester City, a player strongly linked with a move to Arsenal. The Gunners were claimed to have opened talks with the Belgian early in 2022, with a move in the summer believed to be a likely one, but we failed to bolster our options in the middle. Late into August, we were claimed to have made a bid to sign Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa instead, only to see him later sign a new deal with the club, and that could mean that we turn our attentions back to Tielemans, who has less than a year left on his current deal. Leicester still seem keen to keep hold of their star player, despite the fact that he appears reluctant to stay beyond his current contract, and they could well be stubborn in January if offers come in for signature, although you would assume that they would have to at least consider selling given they are likely to lose him for nothing come this summer. While we remain the favourites for his signature, Barca are said to be considering him alongside Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan as potential signings in 2023. Mundo Deportivo claims that Youri is their third choice. However, although with City unlikely to cash in mid-season, he could well be the most likely signing. Arsenal are said to be ready to pay £31 million for Denzel Dumfries, also linked with Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham. Arsenal are willing to spend over £30 million on Inter Milan right-back Denzel Dumfries, according to a report via Sports Bible. Dumfries joined Inter in 2021 when Antonio Conte was the manager, but he could now become a rival to his former boss, with the Gunners reportedly interested in his services. According to Italian outlet CMW, Arsenal are considering a £31 million bid, which falls £4 million shy of Inter's asking price. Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur are also said to be interested in the Dutchman. The right-back position at Arsenal is currently occupied by Ben White, who has been sensational for the Gunners this season, which has earned himself a ticket to Qatar with Gareth Southgate's England squad. For that reason, it would be strange for the recruitment team at Arsenal to be focusing on a right-back considering how good White has been. Arsenal will try to sign Adrien Rabiot. Arsenal will make a move to try and sign French midfielder Adrien Rabiot, according to reports coming from Italy today. Rabiot, who is currently playing with Juventus, has long been linked to a move to England. Indeed, in this summer, he was linked with a move to Tottenham and Manchester United. Of course, a move never materialized and he has since remained in Turin. But now, according to Calcio Mercato, Arsenal are thought to be open to signing Rabiot. It's claimed the Gunners will at least test the water when it comes to Rabiot. Manchester United, as we mentioned, have held interest in Rabiot. However, a report from the Mirror claimed the Frenchman's hoping £113,000 a week wages were proving a struggle for United. Rabiot has been selected by France for the upcoming World Cup in Qatar. He has featured for Juventus regularly this season, playing 90 minutes in all games as Juve have won 6 in a row of late. Arsenal, meanwhile, are thought to be preparing for a busy January, with the Gunners sitting top of the table. Fans are hoping Mikel Arteta is backed with more new signings. Rabiot then could well prove a good option. Juventus are thought to be seeking around £10 million for Rabiot, whose contract expires in the summer. It's taken time, but Adrien Rabiot seems to finally be getting to the level so many thought he would. He's had his issues, but this season he is playing well for Juventus and playing regularly. If he has a good World Cup, then Arsenal could well be tempted to go for him here. At 27, he is at a good age and has a good experience behind him, not to mention he won 7 league titles. Arsenal's next few signings are going to be key. They will want the right character as well as performer. Rabiot then could well be considered. Manchester United now want to sign Arsenal target Mykhaylo Mudryk. According to The Sun, Manchester United have now joined Arsenal in keeping tabs on Shakhtar Donetsk star Mykhaylo Mudryk. The young Ukrainian has been a star this season. He has not only impressed in the Ukrainian top flight, but also in the Champions League, where his performances have been brilliant. Arsenal have been linked with a move to sign Mudryk for a while now. It was claimed in the summer that he is one of the names on Mikel Arteta and Edo's wish list, and he has constantly been rumoured to be a target for Arsenal since the Gunners were always going to face serious competition to sign Mudryk. His performances have alerted a number of clubs across Europe, including Manchester United. The report claims that the Red Devils have been keeping an eye on Mudryk for a while now, with the scouts regularly watching him perform for Shakhtar. It has also been revealed that Erik ten Hag is really keen on Mudryk. He has reportedly wanted the talented Ukrainian since his day as the manager of Ajax. The January transfer window is not too far away, and it will be interesting to see what will happen with Mudryk then. The report, however, claims Manchester United are unlikely to bid for him in the winter window. Just a week after the summer transfer window shut, after Mudryk's reported move to Arsenal failed to materialize, the winger, branded as unstoppable, addressed all the rumors linking him with a move to the Emirates. He claimed that Arsenal are a good team and that if Arteta comes knocking on his door, he can't say no. Only time will tell us where Mudryk does end. Ray Parlour asked if he'd want Cristiano Ronaldo at Arsenal. Ray Parlour has told TalkSport that he would not take Cristiano Ronaldo at Arsenal, insisting that he would not get in the team ahead of Gabriel Jesus. Of course, there appears to be real doubt over Ronaldo's future at Manchester United little more than a year after his £13 million move. The forward has given an interview to Piers Morgan where he has pulled no punches when it comes to his current frustrations at Old Trafford. It does appear that many understand some of his complaints. United do not appear to have moved forward in a number of areas over the last few years. However, some of his comments, including suggesting that he has no respect for Erik ten Hag, will leave many convinced that there is no way back for Ronaldo at Manchester United. Obviously, the big problem for United is finding a new home for the Portuguese. While he is one of the greatest players of all time, the clubs who can afford him will be questioning whether signing Ronaldo is worth the hassle. United appear to be a better side when he is not involved, and with that, Parlour was in little doubt that he would not want the 37-year-old at the Emirates when asked if Arsenal should look at him. He went on to say, "No, I wouldn't take Ronaldo as much as I love him, and he is a great player. You wouldn't have him. Look, he'd be sulking if he is on the bench. He ain't going to get in front of Jesus at the moment, is he? I know he is not scoring goals, but he is doing so much for the team." It would be baffling if Arsenal signed Ronaldo. Mikel Arteta has built such a brilliant team atmosphere, and it's reaping huge rewards with the Gunners leading the way in the Premier League. But it has not been an easy journey to get there for Arsenal. Obviously, it's easy to draw parallels between Ronaldo's situation and what happened with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Arsenal making a couple of big signings in January could provide a huge boost ahead of a potential title boost, but Arteta will be very wary of making the wrong additions at such a crucial moment. It's hard not to think that signing Ronaldo would be completely the wrong move for Arsenal. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.